Today at Coyote Classics we're going to test drive this 1971 Dodge Dart Swinger. This is a super clean, medium gray metallic car, riding on a really nice set of Weld racing rims and a super straight body. When we get back to the shop, I need to turn the idle up just a little bit. It's idling a little low. As we go underneath the hood, bottom side of the engine compartment looks great. It does have power steering and it's got headers. If we go to the bottom side of the hood, as far as the paintable, the metal all looks good. The insert does have a fiberglass hood scoop on the top. If we look up and down the sides, like I said, nice straight car, and it's got a great stance. It's got a nice size tire in the back, nice tall tire in the front, it just has a nice level stance to it. As we look at the front bumper's all been re-chromed, looks excellent. The grille looks okay. It's got a couple little cracks here up in the top, part of the grille. That little rattle goes away, guys, once we turn the idle up just a little bit. As we look out across the hood, the paint on the hood, it looks really nice. There's some little paint imperfections and stuff like that, and some little cracks on the top of the hood scoop itself. Both the gaps are in great shape. As we look up and down the passenger side looks really nice as well. As far as no paint imperfections down in the lower fender, the gap looks real good here on the door defender. Rocker panel looks super solid. Corners of the doors are great, both front and rear. There's no paint imperfections there either. A little bit of buffing compound right here. The paint on this Dart is super nice. Bottom corner of the fender looks great. Does have the wheel well molding chrome. That looks really good. Lower fender's fantastic. Another nice gap here in the door defender. Rocker panels, doors, lower quarters, everything looks great on this Dart. There is just a little bit of a paint chip, guys. Chip or something right along the edge of this door. As far as our lower quarter goes, it's excellent shape. Those tires just tuck in there just awesome. Over top of the rear quarter is great. Behind the rear wheel is excellent. No paint imperfections, no rust issues. Super clean car. As we look out over the roof, the paint is in excellent shape, laser straight, no bubbles, no issues whatsoever there. Never had any hail damage. Top of the trunk lid super straight and clean. Back bumper is not as nice as the front bumper. It still has a great shine, but if you look up close, it's got a bunch of little scuffs in it. Probably could be buffed out a little better, but still has a good shine, and it's a nice straight bumper, but the front one is new. As we look at the rear valance, they did a beautiful job on the paint and body work on the rear valance as well. Trunk lid gaps are really nice and even. Fits nice and flush. It's got the black stripe on the back end. It's got headers and nice sounding dual exhaust. Just a sweet little car. I really like this car. We don't get too many of the darts in, the little swingers. We used to years ago, but in the last 10-12 years I haven't had that many at all. I know under a few. Over top of the wheel well, in front of the rear quarter, we kind of talked about the rest of it. I mean, I don't see a bubble or blister anywhere on this car. Original door handles, they've got a few little pits in them. As we open up the door jambs, they did just as nice a job on the inner fenders and the door jambs as they did on the exterior part of the paint. The door panel is nice. The paint on the top of the door and on the bottom of the door has all been redone. Inside door jamb all looks good. Carpet looks good. As far as our seats go, the original seats, as far as I can tell, but they were recovered with gray inserts. Headliner is decent. It's that push-up headliner, that hard plastic or the hard cardboard headliner. It's got some little scuffs and stuff in it, and around the back window area, it's got some issues on the cardboard piece there. But all in all, the interior is really in nice shape on it. As we look at both corners of the doors, the front corner and the back corner, I mean, just super solid. That's why there's no issues or bubbles on the outside, is just because they're started with a really nice solid car. Got rid of radio delete here. It does have a glove box. It's got the insert and everything in the glove box. Kick panels are in good shape. It's got a factory automatic on the column. All the gauges and stuff were changed to Pro Comp gauges. It's got 380 miles on the Pro Comp gauge. So I'm guessing probably 380 miles on the car since it was restored. It's usually how that works. They usually do all the gauges and stuff when they do the paint and everything. Doors really shut nice on it. I'm using my new camera for the video, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. If it's going to be blurry or not, but we'll see when we're done. But the car is just a super straight, super nice driver. Something you can jump in and go to any local car show. I'll be proud of it for a cruise night car, local car show quality car, just a fun Mopar. As we open the driver's door, again, that corner of the door is in great shape. It's got all the factory tags and stuff there. I might have said this was a 71. Is this 71 or 2? 71. Okay, that's what I thought. I hope we're right on that. We don't have it, paperwork and stuff in it yet. But as far as the steering wheel goes, it's got a nice comfortable steering wheel. Temperature gauge is running 150, so it's got all new gauges in it. So this thing does not run hot, guys. It's a hot day today. Oil pressure gauge works good. Sitting here at idle, we got 25 pounds of oil pressure. And when I said the idle needs to be turned up, we're running 500 RPM, guys. So it does need to be turned up just a little bit. Just even right there with the foot on the gas to 700-800 RPM. Oil pressure is great. Fuel gauge works. Amp gauge works. Temp gauge works. Tach works. Horn does not work. Our headlight switches here, and the headlights turn on, dash lights and stuff. Wipers work on it as well. So we have no heater, and we have no horn. Other than that, this is just a sweet running car. All the gauges work properly. Power steering, headers. What do you think of this car, Dalt? You kind of drove it yesterday and took all the pictures.
Yeah, I mean, I think they did a real professional job on it. I mean, I think if you look under the hood and see how nicely that's painted and finished, I mean, it's a great looking car. Runs and drives good, sounds good.
Not huge horsepower, but just a nice small block, sounds good.
I think that gray and black is like one of my favorite color combinations, whether it be on a Chevelle or a Dart. I mean, it's just, those colors collide perfectly.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do. As far as cruising down the road though, guys, 50 mile an hour right here, running 1600 RPMs, absolutely no pull to the steering at all. Runs and drives fantastic, does not need an alignment, and the steering gearbox is really tight, so just a lot of fun to drive. Also, I agree with Dalton, this engine compartment on this car just looks fantastic. Go to our website at coyoteclassics.com. We'll have a bunch of photos of the undercarriage, trunk, and engine compartment, stuff like that. So it's just a great run and driving car. I'll pass this over to Dalton here, and he can hold the camera while you drive it. I like that this is a 2-door hardtop too. It's just kind of a cool car.
Yeah, it is.
Tranny shit's nice.
It's smooth.
First, second, third, guys. Speedometer says we're doing about 80 mile an hour, which I think is probably off. I'm guessing about 10 mile an hour. But we're running 2,500 RPMs, cruising down the highway. Punch the gas. I mean, it just accelerates nicely. Like I said, 80 to 90, it says 90 right now. No hands on the wheel. I mean, this thing is just perfectly straight. Brakes work great also. I did not pay attention to if they're disc brakes. You know if they're disc or not, Dalton?
I think it's front disc.
Front disc, you think?
Yeah.
They sure, it's hard to say. I'll have to take a look when you get it up on the hoist, but the brakes stop perfectly straight. There's no pull left or right. Like I said, the car's got headers, it's got power steering. Just a lot of fun to drive, guys. I think it's just a great car a guy can jump in and cruise and have some fun with.